Now, the man in your life at the moment is Ranbir Kapoor.
Karan is insistent.
Right? And not so long ago, you said to the Times of India of Ranbir, he's incredibly charming and polite with everyone he comes in contact with. I get tired after saying good morning to just 3 people. Are the two of you very different? Is this a case of polar opposites attracting each other?
Well, since we're speaking about all my me too, and I don't think he needs my my opinion, but he's, according to me, an amazingly, supremely talented actor. I think he's going to leave behind an amazing body of work which is going to be phenomenal, and as his talent and as a person acting in front of him, you really can recognize when somebody is naturally gifted and it just comes instinctively to them, and that's definitely the case with Ranbir. And yes, in regards to the good morning to everybody on the set, I will start with the first 3 people. You know, hi, good morning, good morning, good morning. And then there's 65 other people, and then I just kind of, look down and walk the way. It's exhausting. I find it tiring, and it's 7 in the morning. But Ranbir will address almost each and everybody along that path and wish them, all the light boys, the dress dadas, everybody. And I think that's really nice.
Did I hear you correctly? Did you call him Ranbir?
Do I?
Did you just call him Ranbir?
I always do.
Ranbir?
Yeah.
Not Ranbir?
No, that's the way it just sounds. It's the way it sounds.
You prefer Ranbir?
I don't know. I'm used to saying it that way.
I'm going to ask you an unfair question. Of the two, who's the more naturally talented, gifted actor?
So, yesterday, when I said that Karan has been to Oxford and Cambridge and Kaveri, I don't want to come, I should have definitely not come. Let me think of an appropriate response to that question.
You're going to be diplomatic rather than truthful.
See, there are many times when people say, why are you also diplomatic? Why don't, why don't you just say exactly the first thing that comes to your head? I always believe there's a certain quality, there's something to be said for being kind to people and not hurting people's feelings. And there was a show, Coffee with Karan, which was, I think, on last year or earlier this year, I'm not too sure. And there were many questions being asked where, the people on the show were asked to judge, in a rate of 1 to 10, and they would give, say, a name of 4 or 5 actresses. And a lot of the people who I know and who I work with, a lot of people had put me in different categories where I would not have wanted to be. And I felt really hurt. I did. I felt hurt. So I said, I don't want to do that because I don't like it when it's done to me. And I don't think, honestly, I'm anyone to be commenting on who's the better actor between Salman and Ranbir. They're very different. They're very, very different. Their approaches are very different. Their techniques are very different. I'm sure you know. I mean, some people believe in method acting. Some people believe in spontaneity. Some people just believe in putting as much as yourself as you can into every character. Some people believe in creating the whole character from scratch. So they're very different people that I would not compare.
That's a brilliant answer. Katrina, you sure you aren't planning to be a politician one day? I've never heard a politician sit in front of me and so skillfully evade a question and yet so convincingly give it. Okay, I'm going to come now to a bit of Bollywood gupshup. Rumor has
we were just doing that.
Rumor has it that Ranbir's mother Neetu isn't very fond of you.
Oh no, he is not an easy one. Kaveri, come here. Oh, Koya's here. Now, what were you saying?
Rumor has it that Ranbir's mom Neetu doesn't like you.
One second. I'm too stumped. Hold on just a second. The reason and the person responsible for these rumors, as you're saying, quite honestly, if there has to be somebody responsible, would be me. And I'll take the full blame for that. And you may ask why. The reason is because since the last 8, 9 years or whatever, I have chosen, and I've said many times, that I have chosen not to comment on my personal life. Whoever it may be, or whoever it's about, the people or the man in my life, I've chosen not to because I just feel it's an easier way for me to be. There's no hard and fast reason why. I am a sensitive person. I have a hard enough time accepting the truths and realities sometimes that hit us all in the matters of love, than having to share that with the public as well. It's just something I've chosen to do. So thus, because I have kept everything so closely guarded, you can say, as much as possible, you are leaving that much more room for everyone and for journalists and for the public to speculate and to make speculations like this. If you particularly asking me about my relationship with Ranbir's mother, as a woman and as an actress who I've interacted with, I'll answer in that category. She's a beautiful, stunning lady, phenomenal grace, and just somebody who I have great admiration for, somebody who started her career, I don't know if you know as well, but at a very, very, very young age, and worked, you know, amazingly successfully in her career, and then chose to get married to, you know, a man who she greatly loved. And I think that she's a fantastic person. In fact, everyone I've met from his family have been such lovely, fascinating people. Not only Nettu ji, but also his father, Rishi ji, is somebody who I worked with in Namaste London, and somebody who we hit it off so well in the film. He was such a darling person. He would take me out for dinners in the evening, and he would, you know, guide me in the
With
scene.
or without his son?
Namaste London, I didn't even know Ranbir was around, so no. It was just me and him. This was a long time ago. It was about 8 years ago.
There was a group photograph once taken. Ranbir, his mother, his sister, and you. And both Ranbir's sister and Ranbir's mother...
I already have the answer to the question.
Do you? Let me finish the question so the audience hear it and then you can answer it. And both his sister and his mother put up pictures on the net. Ranbir's sister did it with you part of the group. Apparently Ranbir's mother airbrushed you out of the picture.
Well, airbrushing is something that I definitely need in my pictures, as we all do. But... having said that, I'm not on Instagram or Twitter, so I can't say I know really about what you're talking about in that case. Sorry.
So this is not the question you anticipated. The one that you thought I was asking was probably different because you said you had...
No, is that one only? But I'm not on Twitter yet or on Instagram. It's something I have been toying with the idea.
Now the boys and the men out there have asked me to ask a particular question of you. They say, now that she's so close to Ranbir, what sort of relationship does she have with Deepika Padukone?
This is a rather interesting equation which everybody has created. See, all jokes aside, I'm not going to speak on my personal life. As much as I love you and as much as I respect you, I'm not going to speak on my personal life or my equation with the people in my life. But in regards to Deepika, as you're speaking about, I also read from time to time things and articles which come in the paper. And to be quite frank, without going into too much unnecessary detail, they're very untrue. You know, I think an article came recently that, you know, someone had made a thing that we were both staying in the same hotel or something. That's okay. I mean, we're all co-stars, and there's absolutely no animosity between me or anybody. I can honestly say in the film industry. I mean, touch wood, till now, there's really no animosity I have towards anyone. I may like some people better than others, as we all do, but there isn't any animosity I hold towards anyone.
Katrina, you're undoubtedly one of the most beautiful women in Bollywood today. You have a boyfriend who's probably one of the most successful actors in Bollywood.
Well, I have not said that, but if you say so.